Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Fataliss, and we're back here with our draft that I decided to sort out, which was fun. We are joined here by my co-star, Hardcap Games.
What's up?
All right, first off, from the ones we've done already, what was your overall sort of thought on it?
So, this right here is 8 Pokemon. Sorry, 8 teams of Pokemon. We did the other 8 over on my channel. So if you want to check those out, make sure you head on over there. Link to that will be down in the description. And
Go do that. I'll be a happy dragon.
yes. And I'll be a happy cap. I don't know. Let's jump into it. Let's start. Let's get going. Who are we talking about first?
All right, so first off, we have got Justin.
Justin.
Now,
Justin's got a team.
He's got a good team. I have to admit, he's got a good team.
I like Justin's team.
His first pick was for second Ogerpon.
Yes. Oh, we should explain how Ogerpon works.
As explained in Hardcap's video, which you can go check out. Link in the description. So we split Ogerpon up. So 2 forms are another 1 players, which is Coolekikker, and the other 2 are for Justin for his current pick. So Coolekikker got both grass and fire, whereas Justin got water and rock. Which is still pretty good. I'm not sure about rock too much, but I could see him getting some use out of it, I guess.
I think with sturdy, rock has a little more use.
For sure. He got Landorus Ferian, which is interesting.
Doesn't have rock polish
he got Slowbro. No, Landorus did lose rock polish, so that is also a W for any other players.
For everybody else.
Slowbro, very good pick. I'm surprised he got that in the 3rd round, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm shocked he didn't go higher.
For sure. Glamora, just get hit, sets up toxic spikes. Not only that, he's also got Clefkey. I like Clefkey. I don't know about you.
I really like this defensive core he's made here of Slowbro, Clefkey, Glamora. I think that
I do like that a lot.
I think it works pretty well. I think we're going to see this core come a lot this year.
Yeah. Ceruledge looks scary. I don't know about you, but whenever I see a Ceruledge on the other team, I just think, oh dear God, here we go.
It hits pretty hard. It's got a nice typing of a Ghost Fire, only shared by, I believe, Chandelure's family. And Skeleturge.
I think that's the only one.
Skeleturge.
Yeah.
It's such a good mon. I mean, it hits with Bitter Blade. It's got weak armor, which is nuts.
It has Poltergeist now.
Yeah, it has Poltergeist. Bitter Blade is just such a good move. It's hard not to bring Bitter Blade every week and just fire it off into things. It's a base 90 power move that recovers 50% damage.
Yeah, what else does it get? Shadow Claw is also a good move. You really want to run Shadow Claw. I guess, doesn't it get Night Slash?
He does get Night Slash. Yep, he gets...
Am I wrong in... Yeah. Close
Shadow
Combat.
Sneak.
Shadow Sneak. It has so many good... Holy God.
It has a lot of really good moves, for sure. It's a very good mon, especially when you look at this thing, right, as a physical fire and ghost type. You look at then Gyarados as a physical water type next to it, and as a water flying type. I think that's offensively even really good synergy. Now, it's going to be tough every week, I think, for him to justify bringing both Ogerpon Beta water form and Gyarados. So I think if Gyarados is coming, he's got to be bringing it as the rock form. And I think if he's bringing the rock form, I don't think he's bringing Toedscruel or Arboliva. So I think that in terms of the team synergy, I think that he's built a really good core of a couple of things. I like his water, fire, grass core of Ogerpon, Gyarados, Ceruledge. I think that overall, he's got a pretty cool team. And it's kind of like a lot of things you're like, I have to run a calc for this. I also respect the hell out of the double Toads pick.
Yeah. I love that. I was like, wait.
I don't know why he did
He's
that.
picked both of them.
I don't know why he did that. I think he just really likes that Pokemon. I think that's why. But very funny.
Yeah, he picked both, but he also Terra Captained his Toedscruel.
Yeah, so actually I agree with that move a lot. I think Toadscruel leaves a lot to be desired as a Pokemon for battling. I think design-wise is pretty cool.
Hmm.
But Mycelium Might is just so bad.
It is a bad ability.
They go last in priority bracket for every status move. Well, it learns Spore, right? So your Spore is going to go second every turn, even though you have base 100 speed. It's a bad ability.
Yeah.
It has really bad physical defense and a not great HP of 80. So I think giving it a Terra actually helps it stay alive a little bit longer.
Because I can see Terra Ground coming out a bit more.
Yeah, I think I see Terra Ground. Well, he actually doesn't. His only other fairy type is Klefki. So I think if he decides he wants to bring Toadscruel, he could bring Fairy, and then switch out into other things. This is his Rapid Spinner, right? That's what it's here to do, is do Rapid Spin.
He's also got Mortal Spin as well from Glamora.
He does have Mortal Spin and Glamora. That's true. Yeah, it's does the same thing.
So realistically, he didn't need a spinner, but Klefki is a good pickup, especially if more hazards out on the field.
Yeah, Klefki's a good pickup for sure. I remember having to prep against a Klefki last season in the AFG, and it was tough, very tough.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of moves.
Now I don't face Justin this year, which is great, because that means I don't face either of the Ogerpons. I'm very happy about that. I think that he kind of just gets to click buttons with Ogerpon and with Landorus and just kind of win some games.
I think I've got one of the Ogerpons.
Yeah, I think you face Justin at some point.
No, I'm pretty sure I first crit cap.
Is it? What are you, the Quagsires?
I think it's crit cap. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure it's
you face Neokings.
Yeah, week 6.
Oh yeah, right after you face me. That's right.
Yeah, I have him straight after. That's where I get the...
That's fun. Yeah, this is
Oof.
I like Justin's team. I think Justin built a pretty good team here. I look at it and I don't immediately see a hole. Which is pretty good.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult one to plan for, I feel.
Yeah, I'll have to see how Justin plays this before I make any strong determinations on if it's a good draft or a bad draft. I think he's got some good stuff going here. All right, let's move on to the next team.
We got next up, Magnus, aka MTB.
Who? This team's giving me fits in team prep right now.
You know what we were dumb to not do?
Not
we
ban
did
Take
not
Heart.
ban Heart Swap.
Take Heart.
Yeah, Take Heart. That's the one. Yeah.
We forgot to ban Take Heart. That's on us.
MTB, mate. You're gonna have some
and if
fun.
I lose to Magnus this week, well, that's why. No, I think Magnus is a really good team.
Great pick.
This is a
brilliant
great team. Yeah, the Manaphy
Gliscor also amazing.
Manaphy Gliscor Meowscarada to start a draft is just a nuts.
He also has a Firewater Grass Core. He's got Manaphy, he's got Meowscarada, and he's got Arcanine Hisui.
Yeah, that's a really good Firewater Grass Core.
Just chilling all the way down the bottom there.
He's also got Gliscor, which everyone knows what Gliscor does. It does Toxic Heal, Toxic or Poison Heal, and it just kind of stays on the field forever, and he's really funny. I really wanted Gliscor.
Yeah.
I was hoping Gliscor would go unnoticed, but I think it was impossible for him to go unnoticed with how good he actually is. Because I was probably going to take him instead of... If he was still there when it came back around for the third round, I would have heavily considered taking Gliscor over Volcarona. Yeah. If you've played an OU match at any point ever, you know how good Gliscor is. It's really good.
Yeah, Gliscor's incredible. I love Gliscor. I think it's probably one of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon, but that's just me.
Personally, Cyclizar falls in the category of Electrode Hisui, where you're never really going to get the damage output you're looking for, but gets Rapid Spin, gets U-Turn, gets a bunch of different coverage moves. It's not horrible.
Yeah, it has a pretty strong Draco Meteor as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't get to use Shed Tail, so I think that removes a little bit of his viability. I think he'd be like a 10 or 11 point mon if he got Shed Tail, but he's not allowed to use it. Spectrier, it's a great mon.
Oh,
Great
the other
Pokemon.
threat.
Yeah, this team has a lot of threats on it.
Yeah, not only did he get Manaphy, he also got Spectria.
Oh yeah, he has 2 ways to sweep. He has a couple ways to sweep. I should say. Yeah. It's just.
I mean, we all know what Spectria does, right? Grimnay, bloody Shadow.
Yeah,
Psychics.
He has a Moxie, and he gets to just go for Shadow Ball and Draining Kiss, and that's really it.
All he needed to do.
Yeah.
Entire Calyrex Shadow.
Tinkaton. So even like Tinkaton is viable to bring on most weeks because it's
really
a fire,
is.
It's a fairy type. It's also a steel type. He gets a Gigaton Hammer and he just smacks things in the face. And
pretty much,
like what are you really supposed to do?
There's also that
to it. Tinkaton
gets Fake Out as well, which is a good move.
He has Mold Breaker. He gets Knockoff. He gets Encore. It's really good. Bramble Gas is a really underrated spinner. I think we probably should have raised it much higher than 4 points. I think it was definitely worth more than 4, and I think that's on us for not doing so.
I think Bramble Gas in general is underrated.
Yeah, no, I think it is too. Palmot is solid as a Terra Captain. Going the double Terra Stab, interesting. I guess he just wanted the.
I was kind of
expecting.
I was expecting maybe Terra Flying.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling Terra Flying.
I mean,
too.
having double stab Palmot, I think it's still pretty good. I mean, he's got Iron Fist. He can do what he wants.
He can go. He can go fighting and remove his electric weakness. He can go electric and remove his flying weakness, depending on the matchup every week. I think that Palmot can be used either way. And also, it raises his stab. It goes to 3 times, right? Am I correct on that? When you use a stab Terra,
I'm pretty
3?
sure.
Or is it 3 or is it just a flat 2?
No,
only 2? Flat 2?
So it's 2, but he's also getting, if he's using punching moves, it's going to be
Iron Fist boosted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good pick. It's especially for a Terra Captain. It's very, very good. Piloswine at 3
very good pick.
Probably should have been higher. Probably should have been closer to 5. Quillfish is a really good mon defensively. This is a tough team. This is a tough team for anybody to prep for. There's so many threats here, and there's a lot of ways that he can just break through your own team. It's very well put together. There's so many different
ways to like play that whole team as well.
Yeah, and people that come to my channel can see me take on this team on the first match of the season, which will go live on Sunday this upcoming week because of when we're playing. So we'll go live.
Forward to that one, guys. Look forward to that one.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right, so next one, Allo, my boy Allo.
Ooh, Allo. All right, I have a lot to say about Allo's team.
He's got a good team. I like his team quite a bit. He's got Chi-Yu, Asparfra, Mienshao, Umbreon, Breloom, Politoed, Dugtrio, Magnezone, Slowbro Galar, Farret, and Illumise.
So yeah, first off, I love the Illumise pick. I don't think Illumise has any use whatsoever, but it does have Prankster, so that's interesting. My personal opinion is you shouldn't draft any Pokemon you grind against before the 3rd gym in Pokemon. And in Pokemon Emerald, Illumise is the grind Pokemon. You kill Illumises and you level up before Watson. But Illumise is interesting. It's an interesting selection there. Let's forget about Illumise, because how often is he actually going to bring him? Maybe once just to be funny. He'll probably do it against either you or me. This is a, by all accounts, in my personal opinion, a hyper offense team.
For sure.
He built in some bulk with Slowbro, Galar, Politoed, and Umbreon, but everything else is kind of just like hit or get hit.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's a lot of offense on this team.
Chi-Yu is a massive threat. That's for sure.
Chi-Yu is always a threat. It's always going to hit hard. with those dark and those fire moves.
He's got the Esparfra with speed boost. But Mian Xiao, which I rate really highly, and I'm very, very happy he picked the Terra type for Mian Xiao.
Yeah, so
was a bit interested with Bug.
So on the topic of Mian Xiao, I don't love Mian Xiao for 15 points. If it was 13, I would have thought about it more. I think 15 is a little high. I understand the Terra Bug in the sense that you want to get off higher U-turns, but as is, I don't think Bug was the right move. And I'm sure that's going to come back to bite me. He's going to bring Terra Bug just to spite me in the match against him.
Yeah, and he's going to absolutely use it.
He's going to absolutely bring it, and he's going to absolutely smoke me. Bug is just not a good defensive type. Offensively, it's also just okay. So unless, like, and I don't know who Allo's playing, but unless he looked and saw that he faces all of the grass dark types in this, like he faces like, does he face Protomen with Brute Bonnet? Does he face Meowscarada? Like, I don't really understand the Bug side of things. I'm sure he's got something cooking
because he's got my team.
Yeah, he's got something cooking for sure. He's got a plan. He's got a plan. He's gonna use it. It'll work.
He's got something that we don't know. And it would be interesting to see for sure.
He wouldn't just pick it out of the blue. And I feel like it's deeper than just U-turn. So there must be something I'm missing about Mian Xiao.
It does get Ice Spinner.
I think probably what he wants to do is probably just go for Regenerator U-turns.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And just U-turn for the extra damage with the stab. And get the Regenerator off with it. I never see a reason to bring Inner Focus or Reckless over Regenerator.
I mean, he's got, what, 2 Regenerator mons on his team? With Globro and Mian Xiao?
Yeah, does Slowbro Galar have it?
I'm pretty sure it gets
He does. He does have Regenerator. Yeah, so he has 2 Regenerator mons. So you can just swap back and forth between those. So
pretty much.
I think Allo's got a solid team here. Allo's a much better battler than I think either of us give him credit for.
For sure.
I think he's gonna mess both of us up.
Yeah,
it's very possible. He's got a very good team.
His matchup for week 1's not great though.
Yeah, his matchup for week 1 against you is it's gonna be tough for him. I think week 1. All right, next up.
Alright, so next up, Fall.
Yes, Farl 3NX and the Aston Vivillon. First off, great team name.
It's a good team. Again, another great team.
It's a really.
I mean, starting off with Iron Valiant.
The pairing of Iron Valiant and Slowking Galar is interesting.
Yeah, obviously about Iron Valiant, strong as hell. He could run easily, booster energy Valiant, and it's so difficult to kill. It hits everything super hard. It's faster than most things. And then you got Glowking. Glowking just sits there. He's a little pest that he is. He's got Regenerator. He can just switch out whenever he wants, come back in. He's back on health.
It's so hard to beat that thing. It's so hard to beat Slowking Galar.
And then he's also got Goldengo as well.
Goldengo hits like a truck.
Right, to be fair, he could have taken Goldengo, man.
He could have Terra Goldengo. No. We banned Terra Goldengo for a reason. His team is very strong. Yeah. It hits very hard. I think Terraing Weavile was actually a great idea. Weavile's good. Oh, yeah. Weavile's good already.
Weavile's great.
Giving it the ability to not be quad weak to fighting makes it better. By going fighting himself.
Especially with the recent buffs it got.
I think he's really good.
The buffs it got as well, man.
Yep. Pairing it with Rabombi. Rabombi's interesting, but...
I do like Rabombi.
Yeah, it felt interesting. I mean, he grabbed his webs. He grabbed webs, which was what Rabombi's here for. It's also a fairy type, but he already had a fairy type in Valiant. Rabombi's going to be here.
But he picked up another one.
It's gonna Quiver Dance. It's gonna Sticky Web. It's gonna Moonblast, and it's gonna probably like I don't know what else.
Oh
does this
yeah,
thing do?
true.
Pollen
Protoman
Puff.
just brought this up as well.
Pollen Puff.
Protoman just brought this up. It gets imprisoned, so it can stop slower Sticky Web.
Oh, that's true. He does get that. That's actually really smart. If Farrell does that, I would respect that if Farrell did that.
That is. I would also respect that. He could stop you from Quiver Dancing.
Yeah, he can.
By the way,
he can. Do I face
so
Farrell?
If you haven't,
I face Farrell week
he
7.
Can stop you.
Oh man, I face Farrell week 7. All right, well that good thing that's on the radar.
And then the one mon we put up for 9 points.
Man, I have to face this thing too.
Hello, Momola.
Momola.
I fear this thing every single time I see it.
Wait, do I face Farrell? Do I not face? I don't face Farrell. I was wrong. Yes! No Alomomola for me. I escape with my life. Farrell. You know who does face this thing? You.
Oh yeah, I do. Great.
You face this thing. This is a fun team for you to take on, huh? You face him. Yeah, you face him week 7, not me. I face face Outlaw week 7. That's where I was going.
Well, lucky for me, I have got one mon that deals with it, so it's fine. True.
Yeah, I think that Farrell pieced together a very solid defensive team. Between Slowking and
also got
Alomomola.
Speed.
And he's got a lot of speed, and he's got a lot of attacking on here. Weavile, Valiant, Goldango is a really solid pairing. Plus, he's got Dragonite down there.
Oh yeah.
Dragonite is
how he picked up Dragonite. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't face Wishfish. How he picked
that up, I don't know.
Wishfish.
He's also got Regieleki.
Yeah, he's got a Lecky. This is a good team Farrell put together. Farrell did a very good job.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like this is honestly
stack as well.
Like looking like left and right at like what was picked directly after them. I think this is like almost the best that they could have done. This is a very well put together team. Getting Dragonite in round 9 is really good. No, what round is this?
Yeah, that's huge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, round 8. Dragonite round 8. That's huge. That's huge for him.
That is a huge one. Yeah.
And then Salazzle is down there too. Salazzle, you can't sleep on Salazzle. Salazzle will mess you up. Yeah, people didn't take Dragonite because it couldn't Terra. We did ban it from Terra, but I still think that's pretty solid.
But yeah, no, Salazzle's also a great pick.
I respect the Salazzle pick.
Alright, moving on. We have got
Coolekikker and Den Haag Daramaka.
My god, his team.
Alright, so you're the one who discovered what he was going for. So why don't you talk about the vision for Coolekikker in all likeliness?
Okay. He's not actually in the chat right now, so that is also a good thing. So his first pick was Sneasler. Now I know you were questioning the Sneasler pick, weren't you?
I was a lot like Sneasler. What?
Yeah, like it's frail, but it hits like an absolute truck.
Yeah, I didn't like the pick at first.
It's fast, it hits like a truck. Oh, what a mon. And then his second pick was when I realized what he was doing. He picked up Rillaboom.
Now, it could have just initially have been he wanted Rillaboom. What I thought was just like he just wanted he just wanted Grassy Glide. But
yeah, for sure. He could have just went, oh, you know what, yeah, we're gonna use Rillaboom and Sneasler and just be done with it, you know? No. Sneasler gets Unburdened. Rillaboom has Grassy Surge. Sneasler holds Grassy Seed. Sneasler outspeeds everything.
Yep.
Including Dragapult.
Yep.
Including Regieleki.
Yeah, the Grassy Seed ups his defense by
just
one
those
stage.
Two alone, if he can bring those two alone every week, he can win games. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is the most threatening team in the league by far.
Yeah. Yeah, this pairing right here of Sneasler Rillaboom is really hard to break.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's going to be faster than you, and he's going to set up his own terrain, and how are you supposed to deal with that? Plus, He's got Ting Lu in the back. He's got Empoleon sitting in the back, ready for a competitive.
Yep. He's got
Namorous.
Dirge, which is his Terra Captain.
Got Skeledirge. He stole Driftblim from me. I didn't think anyone was looking at Driftblim in round 8, but apparently he was.
He also picked up Tatsugiri, which is
Tatsugiri is a rapid spinner. It's pretty solid.
Yep. He's got Lycanroc with Excel Rock, which is pretty nice.
Yep, he's got the Cacturn pick. I think he was just looking for something. Unless he thinks that. I mean, is there something about Cacturn that I'm free? I've never had a reason to look up. I'm probably the first one ever to look up Cacturn's Smogon page. I don't see a reason looking at it initially for him to take Cacturn unless he's gonna run it.
It gets some pretty cool stuff.
It gets spikes. It gets spiky shield. It gets
spikes, spiky shield, needle arm, sucker punch. It gets some pretty good moves.
Drain punch. Like he gets grassy glide. That's what it is. He gets grassy glide.
Yeah.
So he has another grassy glide user. That's okay. Now I see why. Okay, I would like to redact my previous statement. I now understand it. Skelly and Cacturn is an interesting defensive pairing, actually. Even though Cacturn's defenses kind of buns, 60 and 60 with an HP of 70. I think Skeledirge takes a lot of that pressure off him. Yeah, I think Skeledirge takes all the pressure off of Cacturn. If he decides to bring it. I don't really see Cacturn coming too often. He could bring it. I don't see it happening too much.
Not only that, he's also got a Namorous and Sandy Shock.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention Namorous and Sandy Shocks. Yeah, they're really good too. Namorous...
I mean, me and you thought at the start that a Namorous would not get... And look what happened. They got picked at round 5.
Yeah, I thought... I knew that a Namorous would eventually get picked. I thought that a Namorous, even with Contrary, because Contrary is pretty solid. I didn't think that a Namorous was all that good of a fairy type for draft. I mean, his defenses are... His weak defensively... His HP is not great. His special defense isn't great. But he does have Contrary. So... problem is...
Superpower.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets to fire off some superpowers, right? Does he have... He doesn't have superpower. Yeah, he does. He has superpower. So he gets to just fire some of those off. He can manually set Misty Terrain if he wants. Yeah, I mean...
It's an interesting team. I think it's probably one of the best in the league, in my opinion.
Now that I've seen the vision,
he could be a contender.
Like now that I've seen the vision, I definitely agree. Like this thing is really good. This is a good team he's built here. Just Ting Lu's so hard to crack, and you have Ting Lu, and you just start throwing stuff at it, and then Enamorous just counters all of those moves. So
pretty much, yeah. All right, should we move on from Coolekikker?
Yeah, I believe next up is
Tanner, all right. Next up is Tanner.
TJ.
Here's my that's really interesting considering talking about.
Considering what?
We was obviously talking about Dragapult just a moment ago, actually.
Yeah.
So he's got Dragapult and Ninetales Alola as his main sort of 2.
Yeah, that's a really good pairing. I like that pairing a lot.
He's got a very good Veil team, I feel.
Yep. Ninetales gets to just come out, set up the snow, set up an Aurora Veil, and then Infernape comes out and just punches stuff. Or a Azumarill.
Yeah, he's got Infernape. He's got Jirachi, which I'm scared of, by the way.
Yep, Jirachi still has Serene Grace, so he just gets to kind of go for whatever he wants to do. And
see, in my opinion, I thought that would be his Terra Captain. I'll be honest.
I thought it would too. I thought so too. It felt very Terra Captain-y. Either that or Sand/Alola.
Terra Steel.
Either that or Sand/Alola.
Yeah,
I thought he might have gone that.
60% flinch for Jirachi.
The 60% Jirachi.
But he's got
it's tough.
Azumarill as well, which is huge power. Probably Belly Drum as well.
Mm-hmm. I've used Azumarill before.
Crocodile with Moxie.
I've used Azumarill. It's solid. If you burn it though, it's useless. So the prep every time you see Azumarill across from you is make sure you have Will-O-Wisp or Scald.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. He's got Krook as well. Good
Crook is
pick.
solid. It's
I
solid.
think Krook is very underrated. I think it's probably one up there with one of the better Moxie users.
Yeah, I would say so. I remember the days of like the Sun and Moon era where Crocodile was like a top, like a first 3 rounds pick. Those were the days. Those were really the days.
Those were the days.
I love Crocodile as a
we
mon.
also talk about Sand Slash Alolan as well.
Mm-hmm. I think that could have been the Terra Captain as well. You get like, what's this? What does this thing really not want to encounter? A fire type or a fighting type? Make this thing Terra Water. You solve your problems.
Pretty much, yeah. He's got the bulkiest of birds with Moltres Galar as well.
Yeah, Moltres Galar is solid. Overquill.
He's got Overquill.
I personally might have gone for Quillfish Hisui over Overquill, just for Eviolite purposes. That would also save you.
Overquill, though.
That would also save you 2 points, and then you don't have to take Lurantis. You can take a different Pokemon in the 4-point tier. Like you could take, for example,
still picking up Lurantis though.
Lurantis isn't horrible, right? But I don't know. I like this team. I think Tanner or TJ has built a very good team here. I haven't looked at speed tiers for this one yet, but like Dragapult is obviously wicked fast. I believe Infernape's somewhere in like the 110 range, either like 110 or 105.
Yeah, it's pretty fast as well.
Infernape's 108. That's what I thought.
I think Jirachi is surprisingly fast. Alolan Ninetales.
Jirachi's 100 across the board, so Jirachi's pretty good. Like, and Azumarill's obviously super slow. I wish Azumarill wasn't as slow. Crocodile's 92, which has always shocked me. Sandslash, if he gets up the snow, which he's going to with the Ninetales, Sandslash goes from being 65 to under Slush Rush, doubling from 65 to 130. So that's pretty solid. This is a well put together team. TJ thought a lot about the way he was going to build this team when he's doing it. So props to him for that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of different things or a lot of different matchups, which I like to see.
Yeah.
Moving on, who is next?
I believe coming across the next one would be Protoman.
Oh, yep. All right, Proto.
All right.
Oh boy. I think we were discussing this one before we started recording. And
I think Protoman has
one of my top 3 one of the best in the league.
Yeah, if we were doing power rankings and like tiers and whatever, I think Protoman has either an S tier or the highest of A tiers. This is a really well put together team.
Oh yeah, Blood Moon Ursaluna is his first pick. I thought someone else would have got him first. I'm gonna be real.
It felt like one that someone was going to grab just because they wanted to test out the new toy. No one did, and then it got past me. Because I was like, I'm not taking this thing. And I was like, oh shoot, that means Protoman's getting it. And sure enough, Protoman took it.
Protoman took it.
Because I knew what you were doing. I had a feeling that you were going to go Cinderace because it was still on the board. And I didn't think about Zapdos Galar for you, but now looking at it, it's really good. I mean, this team is just so well put together because Ursaluna Blood Moon kind of operates independently of the strategy. So it can kind of just do its own thing and not be so dependent on keeping the sun up, which Protoman has built one of the best sun teams I think I've ever looked at.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. So not only does he have Walking Wake, he also has Brute Bonnet, and he has Slitherwing.
Yep, and he has Ninetales.
And Victory Bell.
Yeah, and Victory Bell, all of which benefit from the sun that Ninetales sets, which is crazy.
It's Tom.
He also gets to, just go for Orthworm to eat some ground type moves that they're going to throw at Ninetales. Walking Wake eats up water type moves. Yum. Brute Bonnet does too. Hatterene blocks any type of setup that you're doing, like
Slash status as well.
like status, and Weezing comes in and gets rid of your ability, or Weezing Galar, I should say. Jolteon, taking Jolteon in the 5th round felt weird, but judging based on how everybody freaked out when he took that thing in round 5, I think it was the right call to make. And it still seems like he still got his guys, right? Like he still got Moltres, he still got Slithering, he still got Victory Bell. I mean, I don't think Victory Bell was like super high up on his board, probably. But he's got such a fun team to use. I think as long as he plays his Ninetales right every week, he's going to be very tough to beat.
Oh, for sure. He's also got the Moltres as well, which I'm assuming he's bringing for Urshifu.
You know what? Magnus just mentioned in the chat over here, Blood Moon Ursaluna gets Moonlight, which under the sun does 2/3 instead of just the normal half.
Oh, God.
That's he must have been thinking about this from the beginning. So Blood Moon can still operate independently, but with the sun, it still gets to recover more. This is such a good team. It's such a good team. It's, oh man. He's put together.
It's so good.
It's so good. Yeah. When do you face him? You face him, right?
I do not.
Oh, you don't? You get away with it? We both get away with not having to face Proto Man?
I got away with it.
Oh, that's sick. Congratulations. Yep. We don't have to face him. Woohoo. Who has to face Proto Man?
Sorry, Proto Man. I know you was looking forward to it.
Okay. Proto Man actually has some really sweet matchups. So he starts off against Kicker.
Ooh.
And then he faces...
Ooh, that's a matchup.
Right? That's a good matchup. Then he faces off against Spice Ghost and then Justin. And then he goes Magnus, Kyle, Supernova, and Octopus.
Ooh. Yeah,
he's got
pretty good.
He's got a tough schedule, but I think this team is good enough that it won't matter to him at the end of the day. I think he can just roll in with his guys and walk out with dubs. It's such a good team.
He just mentioned after picking Slitherwing at 10 points.
He had 10 points left. Okay. Oh, he wanted Bochian. I mean, I think that you made the best of those 10 points right there. Orthworm at 8 is really good value,
I think picking up Orthworm and Victor Bell was... I think Victory Bell and Orthworm was a much better choice.
Yeah, if you don't want to bring Bonnet, you can bring Victory Bell, and it kind of does the same thing. Not really, but kind of. It's like it's brute Bonnet at home, you know.
All right. Yeah, basically.
All right. Finally.
All right. Finally.
Let's talk about you.
The last team, mine.
The South.
Take it away.
Quagsires with their coach Fataliss. Fataliss, you have quite the squad here. Fataliss, you started off in the first round by not taking anything in the 16+ tier. And you opted instead for Zapdos Galar with your first round pick. What was the thinking there?
Well, my thought was I was kind of hoping I would get Rillaboom as well. But I saw Cinderace there, I was like, oh, but if I don't take Cinderace now, someo's gonna take it. You know what I mean?
Yep. It's really hard to
I was at first thinking of running Grassy Seed Zapdos Galar and just let it run riot.
Yep. That'd be fun. For sure.
But yeah. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make this my Terra Captor. I'm gonna get it straight away. If anyone else picks it, screw you.
And you opted.
But I think I've done a pretty good job. I think I've done a pretty good job with a flying electric.
And you opted to make it Terra Electric, which is a type that it doesn't get coverage for outside of now Terra Blast for you. Which, very smart in my personal opinion. Like you said, you followed it up with Cinderace. Cinderace is impossible to set up on because it just court changes it all away back at you. You really can't set up on you. On your whole team. You can't set status on almost anything because Milotic will just switch in on whatever status move you're going to give it, and it's going to have a Flame Orb on it in most cases, probably. Shaman, really good. Hydreigon is awesome. I love that Pokemon. Like I mentioned before, Milotic is so defensively bulky, tough to beat. Mimikyu's got that fun gimmick of disguise. I know you mostly took it because Danny wanted you to. But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I wanted Mimikyu as well. I'll be real. I wanted
Mimikyu's good. That's the thing. Mimikyu's good. It's not like she was telling you to like go take Jumpluff. But
oh yeah, no.
Mesprit, I think, is my least favorite pick that you made here. I don't love Mesprit as a Pokemon.
I wanted Uxie, man.
Yeah, I know you wanted
Uxie.
Uxie. I think that you should have gone somewhere else except for keeping with the Lake Trio. But it does have Levitate, so I'll give you that. It has Levitate. It does get some of those status moves.
It gets Rock still.
It gets Rock still. Swanna was interesting. When you took Swanna, I was like, why are you taking Swanna? No one's going after Swanna this early in the game. Do you have a vision for Swanna? You don't have to tell me what the vision is, but do you have a vision for it?
I was looking around for like a defogger, and I was just like, I wonder what could be quite good for defog. And I looked at Swanna for a split moment, and I was like, you know what, this thing's kind of fast.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it gets Tailwind, it gets defog, it gets Flip Turn.
Mm-hmm. It does get that.
It does get some decent moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You also grabbed Toxtricity, which is awesome. And I think Toxtricity pairs really well with Swanna.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does. Yeah.
And Toxtricity just like what move are you throwing into a Swanna, right? You're throwing...
Yeah, exactly. You're probably going to think, oh, yeah, just chuck an electric move, for example.
Yeah, but Toxtricity is going to come up and just eat it. Or...
Yeah, same with Hisui Gudra.
You go to Hisui Gudra. The other guy. Who is so tough to beat that the stats on Hisui Gudra are just so hard to crack. And then with your last pick, you grabbed Kamala. Now, what's going on with Kamala? Talk to me about Kamala.
Yep. Okay, so I was looking for a spinner. I'll be completely honest. And the spinners that I saw, I was like, these things look awful. And I looked at Kamala, I was like, hold on a moment. Kamala can't get status. It gets Rapid Spin. It gets Ice Spinner. And it gets Knockoff.
Yeah. He's good.
I was like, well, this is perfect. This is perfect. This fits my team.
Yeah. I mean, Kamala is it's solid, right? You know, none of its stats except for its attack are really great. His special defense
is quite bulky. I don't know if you've seen its defenses.
His special defense is 95. His physical defense is 65. His HP is 65. So it's not going to live for too long. It might live one hit, and then die on turn 2. But I think it's for what you're asking it to do, right? To come in, spin, get out of there. I think it has the ability to do that pretty consistently for you. Plus, it gets some great coverage. It gets acrobatics. It gets earthquake. It's, like you said, ice spinner, iron head, knockoff, play rough, rapid spin. It gets sucker punch. It's a solid mon. This is a solid mon.
Yeah. I was also looking at its like moveset. I was like, Jesus, this thing has a.
Yeah, no, it's.
I forgot that was turned on. Hi.
Hi, Didi.
Hello.
What y'all doing?
I'm muting Didi. Muting Didi's soundboard. that was something. All right.
Yeah, we're just fit. No, we were just finishing up actually.
Yeah. So you've got a good team. I'm very impressed with your team. So now that we've gone through all the teams
as well, so
we've gone through all 8 of your teams. We've gone through all 8 of my teams. Next week, we're gonna be watching all the matches from the week, right? That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
All
yep.
right,
Well, we're planning on maybe picking the best matchup. I'm thinking.
Well, I think we should. I think we would have time to watch through them all. They're all showdown replays. They're all showdown replays. We could watch them all, and then we could just have them all in one mega video, or we just stream it and then it's just a stream VOD. So
Yeah.
either way,
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll be doing coverage on this league throughout the entirety of its run. But Fataliss, you want to wrap us up and get us out of here?
All right. Thank you, absolutely everybody, for watching these amazing videos. Hopefully, they do very well. I would also like to thank Hardcap Games for joining me today for this awesome draft.
Thank you for having me.
And I will see. Yeah, no problem, dude. I will see you guys next time.
Peace.